Good day, everyone. Welcome to Introduction to Philosophy of the Human Person, second quarter, lesson 3 and 4. Our topic for today is about intersubjectivity of the human person. Let us first define our objectives. Our objective for today is to understand the concept of intersubjectivity. Number two, to recognize the importance of relationship and explore how it develop meaningful human connections. And number three, to explore the parts and significance of intersubjectivity. Let's define what is intersubjectivity. Intersubjectivity came from the Latin word inter means between or among, and subjectus meaning subject, which means conscious being. It is a term originally coined by philosopher Edmund Husserl, is most simply stated as the interchange of thoughts and feelings, both conscious and unconscious, between two persons or subjects, as facilitated by empathy. In other terms, intersubjectivity refers to the shared understanding and connection between individuals in social context where is where meaning is created through interactions and communication. According to Martin Buber, we have unique relationship between distinct subjects. It is the characteristic of human person to engage in a very intimate and personal relationship with others who are different from him or her, but who are also like him or her. Interpersonal relations are made possible when self becomes aware of other, which includes everyone and everything outside of the self. We became conscious with our self image and how others see us. Because of this, we act differently before others depending on who is the person we are with. For example, when we are in our siblings, we tend to be more kind, playful. On the other hand, when we are with outside people or classmates, we tend to be more serious and not talkative to others. This is called seeming. Seeming refers to presenting oneself in a way that creates a specific appearance or impression for others based on how one wants to perceive or how one wants the others to respond in order to appear more desirable for others. Even though we seek for more unique and more genuine connection or dialogue with others, this is when dialogue enters. Dialogue is the interaction between persons that happens through speech or the use of words, expressions, and body language. It occurs when two individuals open up to each other, when they acknowledge each other's presence, uniqueness, and differences, and treat each other as equals. Now let's go to the three levels of intersubjectivity. The three levels of intersubjectivity is empathy, availability, and ethics of care. Let's define what is empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share feelings of another and involves putting yourself in someone else's shoes and seeing the world from their perspective. It is when, for example, your classmate or your friend gets a low grade on your test or something like a quiz. So you put yourself on their shoes, or for example, they're crying, so you're also gonna cry because you are empathizing to them. Next is the availability. Availability is the willingness of a person to be present and be at the disposal of the other. It's when, for example, your friend is crying, so or is heartbroken, so because you're available, you tend to comfort them and be at their side when they're alone. Next is the Ethics of care. Ethics of care is the moral dimension of human relations. Self has the moral obligation to respond to the needs of others. It's like, for example, you see an old man trying to cross in the crosswalk. Because we have this moral obligation to help others in need, we help the old man to cross in the crosswalk. So it is our moral obligation. It is the ethics of care. According to Martin Buber, when we encounter another individual truly as a person, not as an object for use, we became fully human. It is where his works enter. I it and I thou relationship. Let us first define what is I it relationship. I it relationship is the way individuals interact with the world when they view things, people, or even ideas as objects to be used or manipulated. In this mode, there is a sense of distance and the other is seen as an it, something that exists for the subject's purposes rather than as a partner in dialogue or experiences. For example, it is commercial company where they use female models to gain more popularity and sales. It is where alienation came. Alienation is the concept often associated with the feeling of being disconnected or estranged from other society or even oneself. It can occur in various forms such as emotional, social, or existential alienation. For example, you feel more isolated from a certain group of friends, or you feel like you're not belong to them, so you tend to alienate yourself because of the feeling that you are not belong in a certain group or friends. On the other hand, ideal relationship is the individual sees others as full living beings worthy of mutual respect and understanding. It is about genuine connection, empathy, and recognition of the other as a subject in their own right. It's like a genuine connection with other, genuine dialogue, where we see others as persons. We do not see them as objects to be used or manipulated. Now let's go to our activity. I hope you learn from that lesson. So here, if the sentence or the following is true, write true, or if the following is false, then write false. Number one, intersubjectivity refers to the shared understanding between individuals through their interactions and communications. True or false? Number two, the concept of dialogue in philosophy is about one sided conversation with the speaker dictates the meaning to others. Number three, alienation in philosophy describes the feeling of isolation or disconnection from oneself, society, or the world. Number four, seeming it refers to the presenting oneself in a way that creates a specific appearance or impression for others. Number five, I it relationship is a genuine connection and interaction with another person. Number six, Ido relationship is your partial self that you show to others in order to be more desirable. Number seven, ethics of care is where we have a moral obligation to help and lend a hand on others, especially the ones who are in need. Number eight, availability is the willingness of a person to be at the disposal of others. Number nine, dialogue is important in philosophy because it encourages the exchange of ideas and perspectives. Number 10, alienation can happen when person feels disconnected from their work, community, or their own identity. Now let's go to our activity 2. Arrange the jumbled words of the following sentences. Number 1. It refers to the willingness of a person to be at the disposal of others. Number 2. Focuses on the moral obligation we have to others. Number 3. Refers to the genuine relationship and connection to others. Number 4. It refers to presenting oneself in a way that creates a specific appearance or impression for others. And number 5 is the idea of understanding and sharing perspective between people. Okay, if you finish the activities, let's go to the key answers. Number 1, intersubjectivity refers to the shared understanding between individuals through their interaction and communication. It is true because of our interaction and communication. Number 2, the concept of dialogue in philosophy is about one-sided conversation where speaker dictates the meaning to others. This is false because dialogue is opening up with another person. Number 3, alienation in philosophy describes the feeling of isolation is and or disconnection from oneself, society, or the world. This is true. Number 4, seeming refers to presenting oneself in a way that creates a specific appearance or impression for others. Number 4 is also true. Number 5, I-it relationship is a genuine connection and interaction with another person. Number 5 is false. Number 6, I-do relationship is your partial self that you show to others in order to be more desirable. Number 6 is false. Number 7, ethics of care is where we have a moral obligation to help and lend a hand to others, especially those in need. It is true. Number 8, availability is about the willingness of a person to be the disposal of others. Availability is true. Number 8 is true. Number 9, dialogue is important in philosophy because it encourages the exchange of ideas and perspectives. This is true. Dialogue is important in philosophy. Number 10, alienation can happen when a person feels disconnected from their work, their community, or in their own identity. This is also true. For our activity 2, the number 1 is availability. It is the willingness of a person to be at the disposal of others. Number 2, it is ethics of care. It focuses on the moral obligation we have to others. Number 3 is the I-do relationship. It refers to the genuine relationships and connection to others. Number 4 is seeming. Seeming refers to the presenting oneself in a way that creates a specific appearance or impression for others. Number 5 is intersubjectivity. It is the idea of understanding and sharing perspective between people. That's all for our lesson for today, class. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something. Thank you, and good day, everyone.